BYU Sports Station is live in Studio B. We have moved over to the comfortable chairs because it's the Cougar Council Room.
The Cougar Council Room.
As dubbed by yours truly.
The Cougar Vampire Council Room, because the Cougs turn into vampires at night, apparently, 23-1.
Well, we welcome in Blaine Fowler to council with us and discuss how in the world BYU football turns this thing around.
Hold on. He took umbrage with me not mentioning Dallas Lloyd, your son-in-law.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, no Christian McCaffrey,
Stanford.
no Andrew Luck. Why is he only talking about offensive guys? Their defense was lights out when they were kicking Iowa's
Toby
butts.
Gerhardt.
How about Dallas Lloyd, the captain of the defense? How about that guy?
Yeah, you're
a good father-in-law.
Nepotistic, biased opinion.
You're a good father-in-law.
Yeah. So no.
Maybe Dallas can help BYU figure things out defensively.
You mentioned something, and when BYU goes to play over there, when that year they were top 5 team, they were dominating, right, with Christian on the O and that whole group. We'd go over to some games. Whenever I had a bye week, we would go over, and we'd go out and we'd be walking through the tailgate, and it'd be like, whoa, the students showed up today. Like, this is going to be big. Tons of students out here in the tailgate. We'd go in the game. They never came in. They stayed out and tailgated until they had enough, went back to the library.
They're like, we got a paper to write. We got a research
Why
paper.
are none of those people in the stadium? That was the weirdest thing. And this was a top 5 football team.
Wild.
I could never understand that over there. And that's when they were great. You know, so.
Yeah. Now it's a winnable game.
Yes.
But back to your point, Spence.
How in the world?
What are you seeing? And obviously tonight you're going to break it down more on AFR.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more. My evaluation of the defense from this past week is way different than the week before. Well, than the 3 or 4 weeks before. Whereas as you guys know, I look at every single play in the whole game. I watch the coach film, and in previous weeks I'm like, where are these guys going? Like, why are 3 guys in the B gap, and why is this guy running opposite here when it's a downhill power or this way? Like, all kinds of questions about scheme and what's going on with the scheme and why are these guys so confused. And as we've learned, they were doing a game plan type of a defensive mentality where, hey, we're going to change the defense every week. We've lost a bunch of guys to injuries. Our answer to that is we're going to scheme different. We're going to out-scheme these teams. But they were so confused. So Kalani finally this last week said, enough of that. We're going simple. We're going back to basics. We're going to have an identity. We're going to play a lot of man. We're going to play 2 deep zone and some 3 deep zone. It's going to be easy for these guys. Now remember, you got to put that in on a Monday because you don't practice on a Sunday. And they came out. Now I'm watching film this week and I'm going, guys are like, there's not 3 guys running over there. Guys are where they're supposed to be. They have the right leverage. Now I'm finding myself going, come on, I'm not going to say names, but go. Like, what are you doing? You're right there. That's your gap. Here comes the running back. Go meet him in the hole. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're the spill guy. You're right where you're supposed to be. The running back bounce. Go get him.
It's almost like they're unsure.
You're referring to linebackers.
Like, backers and D linemen. Like, okay, you're double teamed. Your job is to hold the line of scrimmage right there. Like, get low. Get down on your, like, just stay right there. Your job's not to make, you're where you're supposed to be. You're in the right gap. Now just make the play you're supposed to make. Which to me is a little more encouraging because when guys aren't where they're supposed to be, there's no way you're making the play. When guys are where they're supposed to be, if guys will step up and make the play, and Spencer, to your comment, I think first week doing something different. So really it was the same problem they've had all along. Same problem, but a little different. Same problem in that it was a different defense again for another week. But now that's not going to change.
Now,
week two, I expect Kalani's defense to be better.
Week 2.
Short week by a day.
Now when you're in that spot, be confident. You mentioned confidence. Be confident. Go ahead. Play downhill. You know you're supposed to be in C-gap. You were there last week, didn't play downhill. Play downhill and go meet that guy in the hole. Safety. You're supposed to run a banana route, like this kind of a banana, outside in and be the alley runner. Leverage is to put that guy right to you. Don't run a banana route this way. You're running an opposite banana, and you're running into the back of the linebacker.
No more opposite bananas.
Maintain outside leverage.
Be confident. Yeah. You're in the right spot now. Now play fast with confidence. And, you know, Bilo in our postgame talked a lot about when Bronco kind of took the defense over and they simplified it when Jaime was having all those troubles. And people forget that first week, and I think you guys may have mentioned it. They got blasted the first week.
And you were talking 2014.
2014 against Boise State,
right?
Yeah.
Then they went on a run of playing great D, because it took them
a week.
There was a week to adjust, and then so I'm really anxious to see if they can be in the right place again this week. But now go get it, go execute, play fast, play with confidence. And BYU has injuries like no other team in the country. Like, so if you're going to be going through a bunch of
we
dudes,
feel they're unique that way? We don't feel like other teams may have a similar
I cannot put my finger on it. I've talked to a lot of my friends that are orthopedic surgeons. Like, what is going on? Is this the mission? Like, what is it? Because I think BYU has more than their fair share of injuries. And I don't know if we need to commission a study to figure it out. We've been playing a bunch of games recently without 2 of their top 3 inside defensive tackles, with 2 to 3 linebackers either nicked up or not playing at all. Probably be the same again this week. Without your starting free safety that makes all the calls. It's on the offensive side. They've only had 1 of their 3 backs healthy for the last 2 weeks. And it's been a different guy.
Running backs.
And how many times have you had Gunner and Puka 100% healthy on a game day? 100% healthy on a game day. Zero games. 0 games. And I don't think that happens to other teams. But if that is happening, the adjustment you have to make as a staff is, you got a bunch of new guys coming in, keep it simple. Let the guys be confident and execute at a high speed. I think that's the mentality. We're going to see against East Carolina if this defense can play better. And then if the offense can do their share. Offense had an equal role in the terribleness last week.
Agreed.
If your defense is struggling, you can't have 1-minute drives. And they had a bunch of them. Like, even if you punt, can you go out and get 2 first downs and hold the ball for 4 or 5 minutes? Because what's happened the last 2 weeks is they go out and they have a 1-minute and 4-second drive, and then they have a 1-minute and 43-second drive, and then they throw a pick on 1 play and have a 7-second drive. And the defense, they gave up a 10-play, 6-minute drive. That's going to happen in a game. East Carolina is going to have a 10-play. That's college football. But then the offense needs to come out and play complementary football. You hear coaches talk about complementary football. That means that, okay, even if we don't go down and score this time, we need to possess the ball a little bit because that defense needs to regroup over there. You can't have an 11-play drive for 5 minutes, go over to the sideline, have the offense throw a pick on the first play, or go 3 and out in 56 seconds and then go back out on the field. Because guess what? They're going to have another 9-play. And now you're on your heels and you're never going to recover. So complementary football, I'm looking for that this week. I'm looking for the offense to take a little more time. Don't play fast if you're not going to score. Please don't play fast if you're not going to score.
And we've got just a second here, but ECU is an intimidating offense. They've got some real players, a real offense. This is going to be a big challenge, even if BYU's better.
Yeah,
it might not be good enough, even if.
Their quarterback is more veteran than Bennett last week.
Bolton Ayers.
So very similar skill set. They're really skilled on offense. Now, I would say, as I look at them, I don't think defensively they're quite as good as Liberty. Liberty's really solid defensively. Man, they just don't get out of position and they're good. So then I'm like, oh, okay, offense. This is another really good offense that needs to be respected. Offense needs to really step up this week. Defense needs to be sound and get 2 stops a half, for Pete's sakes. Get 4 stops. Offense,
that's all right.
Only be stopped twice.
Please.
And go win. Yeah. And go win. And
only twice?
I put this a lot on the offense, but I feel like they're going to be a little more healthy on the offense this week than on the defense. I think that East Carolina, you can move the ball on them. So go score a bunch of points, outscore these guys, let the defense start to settle into this more simple defensive scheme, and we'll see what happens.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Blaine.
Go get that Pirate booty. Okay.